What is up, guys? Your boy Mike back here again. Oh, look, I know the haircut's a little bit different. I'm trying something a little bit different right now. Hopefully it grows out. But back with Mike's Money Moves. We like to talk about saving money and making money. This is another episode of the couch flipping saga. So today I'm going to be showing you guys a flip purchase that I have pretty much got throughout the day. So basically, long story short, I'm going to be picking up 3 couches in the span of one day. So this is going to be adding to my inventory, which definitely does help. I did go through a couple of things which happened in between, which were very sad to happen in between as well. But look, it's part of the game. It happens. You make a mistake and hopefully you learn from it. So I'm going to show you guys now a little bit of a video of me picking up a couch and going from there. So showing you guys the process, seeing what's out there, and giving you guys an idea of exactly what I picked up. And yes, it is the exact same kind of couch as well. So I'll let you guys know now. What is up, guys? It's your boy Mike back here from Mike's Money Moves, and we are here today with another furniture flip. Usually at this point, after I picked up furniture, I'm usually very excited, but at the moment, not so much today after getting this bad news. Long story short, I pretty much drove out. There was a couch that was available, a really nice futon, Scandinavian style again. So I found that these do sell very quickly, which is very good. It was a nice little couch that I went into the lady's house, had a look at it. Only downside was one of the sides was a little bit lowered because one of the frames at the bottom has cracked. Bit of a turn off, but obviously the price obviously made sense. Obviously what it was costing. She had another one, just basically they were moving out. And again, it's always good to ask this question, guys, what are you guys doing? Are you guys moving out? Are you guys renovating? Are you guys refurnishing? Things like that. And basically she said, yes, I'm moving out to a new place. It's already furnished, so I'm selling all my furniture. Had a quick look around. Her house was pretty much half empty. And I saw another one outside on her front porch, front veranda. And I asked her, are you selling that as well? She basically said, yes. So long story short, with a bit of negotiation, I picked up 2 of these couches. So you can see the one at the top that's folded up, and there's another one at the bottom there. So there's a grey one, and then you've got the more of the cream grey sort of color, and one's got a dark grey color. So so I had to fit this one. Usually these are flat packs, so these fit perfectly within my van. But the first one did no problem, took off the little wooden stools. But the silver grey, ash grey kind of color one, unfortunately these would not want to lift up. It seems like they were pretty much like indented in, where they wouldn't be able to slide, maybe for a permanent fixture. So we just slid it in that way. So first original one that was a little bit wobbly, that was about $50. She wanted about $90 for this one, which makes it 90, 50 is 140. She wasn't gonna get it, so I negotiated with her, nice quick sale, and I negotiated $120, which was great. So again, usually you'd know I'd be very excited at this point, but unfortunately, while coming here to park, it's one of those really tight one-way sort of streets, and it's one of those apartments that are living underneath like those businesses. So they have businesses underneath, and they have all those nice apartments at the top of them. So I called the lady up first. I said, hey, where would be the best place to park? Did you have underground secure parking? Is there any side street parking that I need to look of? So she said, obviously, if you can find a spot, park there. As long as it's not a loading zone, you should be okay. I said, I'm currently sitting in a disabled spot at the moment. I'm looking for a spot. Do you think this is okay? She said, yes, that's fine. Disabled spots are fine. You can sit there and park there. I've done it all the time. But obviously me being me, didn't obviously think logically. So within the first couch getting put down, so we went from her place down a couple of stairs into the van. We saw a guy with a nice orange vest that basically said council, and pretty much he was giving me the fine as I was about to leave. So I guess you could call that karma for parking in a disabled spot when I shouldn't have. That's obviously on me. So note to self, don't listen to others, even if they've lived there. Just stick to obviously the law and what you're supposed to do. So I'm gonna make sure to do that. But obviously I was thinking about them as well, because obviously she was a smaller lady. She was willing to help me carry it out. I didn't want to park too far, and obviously I thought this was going to be a quick in and out, but unfortunately within 10 minutes, this guy pretty much came around and gave me a fine. So that was a good start, I guess. So fines are usually about 120 bucks for parking in a zone that you're not supposed to park in, give or take more or less. Hopefully there's no demerit points on that one, because that's obviously going to make a big difference. So I came back, went up, pick up the pillows, came back from her place, back to my car where the guy put it on my windshield, back on the windshield, and it's not there anymore. So it's a very windy day outside, so it's probably blown off. So I'm probably gonna have to wait in the mail for that one. So all that means for me is that I have to make as much profit as I can with these couches. So I guess that's what I've got to do. So I've got to buy steam cleaner, make sure they look mint, and get them ready to be sold, and make a maximum amount of profit as I can. Obviously going there, she's obviously feeling really, really bad. So she came down, she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. This has never happened to me. I always park here, but unfortunately now, peak hour, it's obviously happened, obviously. So that's that. So not exactly the best way to end it, but on the plus side, what we could probably do, well, actually, you know what, on the plus side of all of this, besides this, got a really good deal on these couches. And I just got someone who messaged me not long ago with a similar couch, a little bit more stained, but I think I could work out a deal. So that might be 3 pickups today. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. So you guys would have saw I would have picked up 2 couches, which was amazing. It was a great deal. Definitely worthwhile going to have a look at these couches as well. So you guys would have saw I went to her place. I saw the couch. She had another one out there for sale as well. So basically, long story short, I made a deal with her to get 2 couches, 2 for 1. And it worked out in my favor. It was a great deal. So I got 2 couches for the price of $120 for 2 couches. So one was a little bit broken, which you guys can see here in this photo. You can see it's a little bit wonky. It had one side that pretty much had a broken frame, which made it a little bit wonky, as you guys could see, but it still worked and sat pretty much fine. So that was okay. And then I had a second one that they had on the outside, which they were pretty much wanting to get rid of as well. They also had a table as well, a nice IKEA wooden table, but unfortunately I didn't decide to take it just because I wasn't looking at tables and stuff at the minute. So again, you guys would have saw I went downstairs, sold it, got them there, parked in the wrong space, and I got fined. So one of the worst things to pretty much happen while getting anything. So I'm sure you guys understand when you get a fine, your whole day flips right upside down, and then you don't even want to deal with anything else anymore. It's the worst experience. So long story short, that fine came through. I received that fine about 1 to 2 weeks later, and you guessed it, it's a lot of money. So it came up to a whopping $581, which I'll go through with you guys later on. But $581 is a huge fine, but that is a massive lesson to be learned. Don't park in a disabled zone when you're not disabled or have a permit. Simple. Let's move on to the bright side. So on the bright side of this as well, I had a lady that I was speaking with, and she had a couch as well that was pretty much for sale close to where I lived on the way back from this one. So I hit her up. She said, yes, come through. And I went to go pick it up. Unfortunately, I got no footage of it going into the van, but I have the footage of the aftermath. But basically, yeah, none of the couch, exactly the same thing. Good pickup, and you guys will see it now. What is up, guys? It's your bike Mac back here from the same day. Got the hiccups, but I have just unloaded the 2 couches, the 2 futon couches that I just picked up. I've unloaded it at my parking unit, my secure parking, just because this one was very close to where I am, and I could probably pick it up and then take all 3 and put them in the storage unit, or I'm still considering possibly even just keeping them and just putting them in the car, and whenever I need it, if I decide to sell one, I can always just take 2 out, put the one that I need in, and then go from there. So I'm on my way to pick up my 3rd one today, all the same. This one is probably the worst one, if I could say the worst one. This one is virtually the same. The only difference is it's very stained. So I took a couple more product photos, some more listing photos for the other 2 that I just picked up. Surprisingly, One was very normal, so the grey one was quite normal, and then there was a charcoal grey one. That one, for some reason, was a lot more comfier in terms of the cushions, but unfortunately the cushioned one, so the charcoal grey one, was the one that had a slight crack in the bottom of the frame itself. So that one's going to be very interesting. It might sell because of those factors. And I had a look and I noticed with the futon couches that I've been buying, underneath the actual base, there's usually a little square little pouch where you can basically open them up, and those two little side pillows, you can usually put them in there and close them up. The very cushiony one that with the slight bend to it, that one had more of a zip sort of design. So it was a really long zip, which is very interesting to see, because there's obviously different manufacturers and different places that make them as well. So they're not all just made one type of way. So this is going to be interesting. So I'm about to pick up this next one. She lives in an apartment. She wanted what was it? She wanted $70 for them, and the price was reduced from $100 down to $70. She wasn't going to get it. So basically, I just outlined pretty much the facts that I would have saw. Look, I told her, look, I'll give you $50 for it. She said, no, I really want $70 for it. And I told her, look, with all the stains that you have, there are a lot more stains than I thought. And I got a rough quote just with someone on Facebook who basically does steam cleaning, and they quoted roughly about $30 for it. So basically, I outlined that. I sent her a message and basically said, hey, look, I'm probably not as interested, because obviously she said, oh, you could clean it easy and it should be good. And I replied back to her basically saying, well, if it was easy, you would have done it already. So I told her, look, I'll take it for $50 if you still want to sell it today. So outlining, a sense of urgency, meaning that it'll be gone by today. That does obviously put people in a certain spot because they know it's going to disappear. And I told her $50 today. I had a quote of about $30 to get it steam cleaned to clean. So if I decide to do it, I could. So I'll be happy to take it for $50. Probably on the way to picking up the other two couches this morning or midday, I got a message back saying, when did you want to pick it up? So, which worked perfect for me. I got home, I disassembled the other two couches, put it in my secure parking spot, and I'm on my way to pick up this couch for $50. So, let's run through the math. So, if we're going to pick up these couches, we've got two couches that I picked up, one good, one not so good, $120. So I went from, $90 plus $50. So it was $140 down to $120. And this couch that I'm picking up, it went from $70 down to $50. So if we work that out, 120 plus 50, we've got a grand total of $170. I'm going to estimate that I will probably sell them for a little bit more than that, but I'll keep you guys updated once I do. Alright guys, so that is a wrap so far. It is currently 3 o'clock. First pickup was roughly about 11:30 I left, so it's been about 3.5 hours so far. Third couch picked up, all good to go. Very stained. Nice family, obviously, kept it outside. But obviously I've got to do something with those stains, or I'm gonna have to sell it a little bit cheaper. So that is the third one for today. All three are the same kind. I'm gonna be honest, I am a little bit unconfident with the rest of the other couches that I have. They don't seem to be getting a lot of interest, and they seem to obviously just be sitting there. So I think I'm going to have to drop them pretty heavily within price to basically see how we go with that. With this, I'm gonna have to clean it quite well. So I'm going to have to maybe buy that steam cleaner and see if I can clean this thing up real good. I could sell it as it is, so purchase price was $50. Her husband came out and helped me out, pack it in there, which is great. Man, I'm not gonna lie, it is going to be difficult unloading on my part. That's probably gonna be the most difficult part, which it has been, even just taking out the other two and taking photos so far, but we'll see how we go. So far everything else seems to be okay, but the actual, there's no structure damage by the seams of it. Everything seems to be perfectly fine. It's just very, very stained. So I'll give you guys an update on how things are going. And guys, that's it. There it is. So that's 3 couches in one day. So first two couches were 120 bucks. Its second one was 50 bucks. So that's a grand total of $170 for 3 couches, which is not a bad deal considering I'm selling them from anywhere between $150 to $250 depending on condition. So the very last one was quite stained, so that is going to be a work in progress which I need to fix. So hopefully we can get that organized and get that fixed up as well. So I am going to organize getting a steam cleaner. You will see that in the next coming episodes when I get a steam cleaner and if it makes a difference or not. So that is it for this video, guys. That is 3 couches which I have at the moment. And when they do sell, I will let you guys know. So guys, this is Mike's Money Moves. Thanks for watching this short little video. Make sure to stay tuned. Make sure to like and subscribe for the next episode because you guys will see me with me on this journey. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.